Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Finally, I am making a video on the obi that I have been planning to make for the past 2 or 3 videos. And my fabric just came in a couple days ago. I am going to be working with this. It is a fake crocodile skin leather. And I like working with fake leather or fake leather or faux leather, mostly because it's easier for my sewing machine, and it's less expensive. I I don't have the need to go and get real leather unless it's for a project that really would require actual skin, actual animal skin, but I haven't really had any projects that deal with that. But either way, this is going to be the fabric that I'm working with. The issue is that I thought that this roll would be enough. However, it's only enough for the fold. So I'll put a picture right here to show. But there's like a fold, or the square part. This is all, that's all that this can make. So I have to improvise because I have a picnic that I'm planning on going to. So I'm thinking that I'll probably make the square part of the obi. By the way, this type of obi is called a Nagoya obi. I'm hoping I pronounced that right. I do like this obi compared to other ones. I feel it's more, I like how simple and sophisticated it is. Now the way that I'm making it, it's going to be a pre-made obi, which is just the belt part in the front, and then the square part is going to be attached with, this hook. And then I'm also going to have a pillow that is going to go underneath, like the loop of the obi, to help hold it up to my back. But I'll show that whole process at the end. But that being said, I'm thinking that I am going to bust out some of the old fabric that I have, which is this. So this black cotton fabric is another one of my fabrics that I got from my mom that she hasn't used. And it might, of course it's not the same pattern as you can see, but it does have the same color. So like I said, I'm thinking of just making that the belt part, or the part that goes around the waist, and then using this as the loop part. I can't remember what that is, but the loop part. But yeah, it is for the pre-made obis. They don't require that much fabric, which is why I thought that this would be enough. And as far as patterns go, I already took this apart. But as far as patterns go, I'm just going off of an old pre-made obi that one of my students gave me a while ago. So that's why I was like, yeah, it probably isn't that much fabric. Turns out I went a little bit under. But as you can see, it's only like one layer. Like there's nothing sewn on it, except for like the ends. So that is what I'm going to do with this one, except for instead of cutting off the excess, I'm going to just fold it over to make a like a cleaner seam, and of course sew this down to make it look a little bit cleaner, because right now it just kind of looks like it's been cut, and I don't really like that. But yeah, the goal of this is mostly just to, I want to have the old 90s aunt aesthetic, like the aunt that tends to wear like all the gold jewelry, comes to the picnic. You know, she probably smells good. That's the type of aesthetic that I'm, not picnic, cookout, but that's the aesthetic that I'm going for with it. and I want to match it with a brown and white yukata that I bought, which I will show that later. I also received in the mail stuff to put like my kimono on, because I've been practicing with like minimal things. So hopefully when I'm done with this, I can show you guys the full process of putting this on, putting the my yukata on, and making this. So let's just get started. So as far as fabric and what we have, like I said, I bought it and I did not know that I needed more fabric than this, but I have enough to do the back piece and the piece that goes under it. And I'm thinking that I am going to, after I straighten this out, because it does go a little bit over, but I'm thinking that after I cut this, I'm going to add these strips at the end to the black part of the belt that goes on around the waist, just so that it could mesh in well, combine with the other piece well, and it doesn't look that off. Eventually, when I do get another piece of this fabric, I will replace the old one that I'm going to make now with a new one. But for right now, I think that's what I'm going to do. And because this is on a fold, I'm going to cut a piece of the black fabric and use a piece of the leather here, like I said before, just so that everything could mesh well. And I'm thinking of buying like I can't remember what they're called. It's kind of like a decorative sash that goes around the obi. I'll post another picture maybe right there to show, so that it could have like maybe 3 different textures. So you have the cotton, the leather, and a threaded, I can't remember what it's called. I'm gonna figure it out at some point. But you also have that threaded cord that goes around, just so that even though that it is all 3 different textures, the colors would be able to match well, if that makes sense. But yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to cut this out and then go from there. Alright, so I have everything cut out. I have extra pieces for this piece. I have the extra pieces for this piece, as well as the extra pieces for the main piece, which I can't find right now. That being said, I think I'm gonna get started with this one first, just because I feel as though it's easier. I forgot that it ends on a triangle, so I did cut it out like normal. And then I think I'm just going to sew it, because if you open this from, or make it inside out, it's the same way. So I think what I'm going to do is just sew it, and then fold it the same way it is here. That being said, this fabric, the original obi, is quite old, but it has the same fabric as the black one. However, the black frays, and I say that because this does not have a hem at all. It's just cut straight. Of course, you can see like it's sewn on some pieces, but this is just cut straight, no hems at all. So I'm trying to figure out if I am going to hem it, or if I need to hem it, because the other way I can do it is like singe the edges with a lighter, so it could give that raw edge. But I honestly don't know, and I think I'm just going to end up hemming it anyways. just because it will look a little bit better. My other dilemma is trying to figure out what to do with the old pieces, because like I said, I don't want to waste or try and buy new fabric or anything like that, especially if I have fabric. And I'm thinking of doing a corset, but I've seen a lot of people also make bags with kimono fabric, so I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with mine. But yeah, I think what we're going to do right now is start with the OB belt piece and go from there. Yeah. So have you ever had those days where you're like, I want to sew, but at the same time you're so distracted by everything that you don't want to sew? That's how I'm feeling right now. And I'm kind of like, I just want to put it to the side and probably do it tomorrow, even though I don't have time. So I have to do it now. Anyways, I have finished everything. So this is the bottom piece. Second back piece or bottom piece. I also have the belt, which I really like the way it turned out. So I might keep it and not do another belt. And I used the straps from the old OB for this one, because I'm going to use that one for something else. I'm thinking I might actually do a corset just for practice. But yeah, I do like the way this turned out. So now the next step is to put everything together. So with the next step being to put everything together, as I was taking this apart, I did label it somewhere. They're labeled somewhere. But each one has like a dot that will connect the OB so that it looks right. Like for this one, this says F, so I connect F with F, H with H. I'm not sure what I was trying to go for with these letters, but that's what I did. And at the end, I'm going to attach this piece to the back of it. Now I'm not going to add the straps to the end like I said I was, just because I feel as though this is already thick enough. It's not as thick as the original kimono piece is, so I decided not to add the straps or strips to the back of this because it's thick enough. And mostly the reason why I'm making a pre-made OB is because I know how hard it is already to tie an OB. So using or trying to tie a leather OB is going to be even more difficult. So that's why I decided to do a pre-made OB. That being said, I didn't add the straps because I didn't want it to be as difficult. And another reason behind it is that once this is attached and put on, the inside you should not be able to see at all unless you're up close to it. That being said, I'm gonna try and attempt to put both of these together. I also have the bottom piece that I have to attach at the end, which is only attached with like 2 little stitches, so that will be easy. But yeah, we are going to attempt to put this into it. Alright, so I got you guys at a different angle. So I'm taking a look now, and I've noticed it actually makes sense now that I'm taking a look at where I've placed it, and I'm glad I actually wrote with the initials of the words because it makes sense. So the F actually means flip, and the H means hook because of the hook that needs to be sewn onto here. I'm glad past me figured that out because I would have never realized it. That being said, the F's will connect with the other F's and go up here, and then there's an H, two H's, and so I guess that's where I stop. I say I guess because I'm just going off of what I've written on the fabric. So I will pin it and that will go there. And then here I can see, maybe if I turn it over. Okay, so I didn't write anything here, but I'm assuming because of the folds, the crease here and the crease here, that these two are going to come together. So I will pin that there. Alright, and then I also have a couple of pins down here, which more than likely that's where the old piece came from. That second old piece came from. But then I also have this, which is bead. Not sure what B means. But I think these two are attached to each other, like so. So I will pin that. Okay. And then it'll go like this. Maybe. Let's see. Because this is going to go, I got it now. Okay, because this is going to go like this, right? It's going to look like this because it's going to be in the back, right? So I think this will be lowered so that it could be in the back. Ooh. And then you flip. Oh, I think I got it. I think I got it. Okay. Need a better pen. Need a better pen. I love working with old fabrics, but because sometimes they're very thick, it's so hard to use with pens. But anyways, do another pin. I need to probably get like heavy duty pens or clips so that I don't risk stabbing myself. Okay. So I think I got it. Maybe. It looks somewhat similar. But I'm going to pull out, because I have another one of these. I'm going to pull another one out and see if it's the same. It could be different. I've also realized that the camera quality at this angle probably isn't that good, but oh well. Anyways, this is the second one I got, which I really like. I love the green pattern on here. And I want to find something that will offset the green. But that's a task for a different day. Let me roll this up. So this is the second piece. Okay, and as you can see, there's the hook right there. Then I'll also take out this little thing you wrap around your waist, but it's like a little plastic pillow. We don't need that right now. I'm trying to figure out And I'm doing this now so that when I figure out this, I can do it here easily. But this is also another reason why I am doing an OB pre-made one over a one that I actually have to tie. It's such a difficult task. It's a lot that goes into this. Let's see. Let me see something here. Alright, so I think I got it figured out. Let me zoom out. So I think I have it figured out. I had to go to like the internet to figure out what I was supposed to do, but I think I got the whole thing figured out because I forgot to take down a couple more marks. That was on me. This one is tied or tied a different way, so it helped a little, but not that much. So this one, it's a little bit lower, I guess, and this one for the hook, it's higher, I guess, but I could be wrong, and I really feel like I am, because I don't think it's supposed to be that high. I really think it's supposed to be down lower. So I'm going to play with this a little bit more and figure out where it's supposed to be, because I don't think it's supposed to be that high. Yeah, so give me a minute. All right, so after some struggling and a couple of YouTube videos later, I think I got it to look similar to this. It does not look similar to how it was before because I didn't put enough marks to know exactly where everything goes. So I made it look similar to this. That being said, I am going to now try to do this on the leather piece. And hopefully it'll come out right, because this was hard. This was hard to do. And I could not find any good YouTube videos on how to do this. That was hard. And I'm thinking, hey, maybe I can make a tutorial on how to do a pre-made OB. I'm not going to do that because I don't know. But let's go ahead and try and do this piece of work on that piece of work. Yeah. So I have everything set out the best way I could think. Now that I'm looking at it compared to this one and this one, it does look a little flat. And I'm thinking I should add something to the end. I'm not sure. Not to the end, but to the inside to make it a little thicker. And I think that's what I'm going to do, because it just looks flat. So I'm going to add a back piece or black fabric to the back of this just to make it look a little bit more full, and then we'll go back. But yeah, I think I have a little bit of knowledge maybe as to how I want it to be. I'm not sure yet, but I think I got it a little bit. So yeah, we'll sew this and come back. All right, so I figured everything out. I couldn't record it because my phone died. However, I have starch on it. Please forget about that. But yeah, what next thing I have to do is steam it so everything can stay in place. But I figured it out, yay. And then the next thing we'll do is try and put it all together. But yeah, this took a lot of work. It really didn't, but I guess trying to figure out how to fold it took a lot of work, because trying to do just this part and not the whole thing was a lot of work. Trying to go through like so many YouTube videos and figuring out just this part was the hardest part. But yeah, we got it done. So now we're gonna steam it. Okay, so we are going to try and put on my yukata, which I have to do like a final practice of, because I want to make sure that I wear it right. That being said, the only thing that I've been practicing with is this one, which is a black one, and I'm pretty sure it's okay, but because it's black, I really like this one, by the way, but because it's black on black, I don't think I can wear it, but I don't know. However, we're going to practice with this right now. The one that I plan on wearing is this one, which is like a reddish, now that I'm looking at it, it's like a reddish brown. I still like it. However, I like this one because it's larger and I don't have to like fool around with it. But that being said, we are going to try and put yukata on. And I like yukatas over kimonos, mostly because it doesn't require much. It doesn't require much to get that, to wear out. Especially because they were meant for summertime and warmer seasons. Anyways, this is going to be the process of putting it on. I'm going to do a time lapse because it's going to take a lot for me to figure out how to do all of this. So, Alright, so here is the finished look. I have to say, I do like this one better. I do. I really do. But I do not know if I could wear it. I really don't, because when I spoke to a person, when I spoke to one of the I can't remember, staff members at a kimono shop, I asked them, how can you wear a black obi? And they were like, black on black is for a funeral. Which, by the way, the scarf that you just saw, it's a funeral scarf. I have another color, I just have to find it. That being said, once I do find it, I will change it out. However, I do like this look, and I want to wear it, because I just like it. I did say I want to wear this one. I did say I want to wear this one, and I really like wearing this one. However, I don't know. I really do not know. I really like the way this just looks, and I think it's because of the gold. I really think it's because of the gold on here. But I could definitely see me going out with this compared to that one. I can see me going out with both, but I like this one better. Now, I really don't know. But one thing that I do want to say about it is, for one, I do like how this obi turned out. I think it's lower than most obi. I don't know, but I do like it. I really think that this part should be up higher, but I'm not sure. That being said, it does look a little bit curvy, and with kimono and even with yukata, it's supposed to be a little bit more straighter, and I do have to work on that a little bit. I do want to be a little bit more relaxed when it came to wearing a yukata, because it's a yukata, so it's supposed to be a little bit more relaxed. I do know most people say that around this time you're still supposed to wear kimono because it's cold. My issue is that I get hot pretty easily, so even wearing this is hot enough. Okay, and it's not even that many layers compared to how you would wear layers when you come to Japan and you could do a kimono rental. It's less layers. However, it's still too much for me, and I know I'm going to be hot in this. But I like this. I like this a lot. I do. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm probably gonna ask some people online and see what they say. But this is one of the finished looks of my old piece, which I really like. I keep staring at it because I like it a lot. The only thing that I don't like, and this is with all pre-made OBs or two-piece OBs, is the way, I'll probably have to do like a safety pin here, but I don't like how most of them show this in the back. I want it to look a little bit more natural, and I think if I twist it, it'll look right. I don't know yet though, but I do like the way this came out. And I'm hoping that after I ask around, it's okay to wear because it's just awesome. It looks awesome. Yeah. Another thing that I have to also look into is getting actual kimono shoes. They're called zori, but they also have like kimono boots that you can wear. But my feet hurt when I wear zori. Alright, those shoes, they hurt. And I don't understand how older people wear them. I really have to look into that, but my feet hurt when I wear it. That being said, this is the end of this video, and hopefully you stick around for the next one because I will record me going to see the cherry blossoms, both in Kawagoe and Shinjuku. A lot of people are saying that the ones in Kawagoe are gone, but we'll see when we go. So I will see you later. Bye bye.